Court is calling 2024 CR 0963, State versus Zachary Alexander Gilmore. Can our parties announce?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
David, I'm David Woodard for Zachary.
And are you Zachary Gilmore?
Yes.
All right, defense, you're here. I think probation submitted a report to the court asking for an early termination, and this is a misdemeanor case. All right, state your opposed.
We are at the concerned and request of the victim. We did our best to bring her in here so that she can voice her concerns to you as well. And we let her know that Zoom would also be an option. She didn't want to do either of those. She just wanted us on her behalf to voice her concerns to you, that she's not okay with the defendant being released early from his probation, that in her mind, justice on her behalf would be for him to serve the full 2 years of his probation.
All right, so here's my question, and I don't know if you're the prosecutor who did it or not. Why was this reduced to a misdemeanor? Does anyone know?
It wasn't this prosecutor, Judge. I forgot the prosecutor I was dealing with.
Okay.
But it was
the one that's on the judgment is Zachary Dunn?
Correct.
Oh, Zach.
That's what I heard with.
Does anyone know why it was reduced?
I can try and figure that out right now if you give me a second.
Okay.
And if I may, Judge,
Yes.
During our negotiations with Mr. Dunn, after he spoke with the victim, there were some issues with her testimony what he thought would come out at trial. So he offered me a reduced misdemeanor.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the gist of it, why it was reduced down.
And the reason why I'm asking these questions, because sometimes cases are reduced because the complainant doesn't want to go forward. So I'm just trying to figure out what the reason was behind it.
No, she was cooperative, Judge. It was just after he debriefed her, there was some issues with her testimony that he thought would be contradictory at trial.
That very well could be. Mr. Dunn, unfortunately, didn't put his notes in here, so I can't see why he wanted to reduce it. But if that's what it was done, I'll take Mr. Woodard's word for it.
All right. So probation?
Yes.
Has he completed everything? All right. And has he had any contact with the complainant?
Not that the state's aware of either.
Have any notations or anything that anyone gets called about or anything?
All right. Do you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Zachary Gilmore.
All right. What have you learned?
What I've learned is the main thing is to trust more in my family and parents. I don't know if it was just youth or being hard-headed, but when this relationship was tumultuous, instead of going to them and seeking help, I decided to remain silent, and it escalated from there.
What do you mean you decided to remain silent? What are you talking about?
When we would be argumentative, have huge fights, get thrown out of the house, I would just essentially just suck it up, not say anything to anybody. I didn't want to reach out for the help that was needed. And I clearly know now that I should have reached out to my parents. They have a wealth of knowledge. They could have helped, whether that be mending the relationship, making it stronger, or telling me I should have gotten out of it. Then through Miss Kathy, the BIP course that I did take, she kind of broke down why therapies are don't have to be stigmatized for men. So I've looked into therapies like BetterHelp, and then clearly I don't want to be in the situation again, which is probably the biggest thing. I mean, it's quite scary, taking away your freedoms and stuff like that. So I never want to be in the situation.
All right. So according to the police reports, you were intoxicated. How do you address that issue?
We were celebrating. I believe Ms. Bueno had gotten a promotion. That's not something that is normal for me. I don't feel like I have any drinking issues. Now, of course, that's besides the point because I was intoxicated. Everybody was intoxicated. It's certainly something that I take into account now, drinking alcohol, of course, being on probation, staying away from it. But moving forward, it's not something that's needed. I mean, it's literally a poison. So just staying away from it is the way I've addressed it thus far and moving forward.
All right. When's the last time you drank alcohol?
That night.
And have you had any contact with the complainant?
No, ma'am.
Any contact with her family?
No, ma'am.
All right.
Just one more thing, if I might, Your Honor, I forgot
Yes.
to make one more point that the victim wanted me to mention was that the defendant hasn't even been on probation for a full year. She just wasn't okay with that.
He has
No,
no,
he's-
your judge.
He was placed, I'm pretty sure probably they received a call from her before it was a year. So, because I think he's reading off synopsis. But counsel, he was placed on probation July 1st of 2024.
Goodness. It's my fault.
No problem. I know how when stuff is placed in synopsis, it's the last conversation that somebody had with a witness and you read from there. So, all right. So here's the thing. There are sometimes I grant people early termination. Sometimes I don't. It really depends on what the person has learned, whether or not they've been compliant throughout their probation. And so the report that I'm seeing is that he's been compliant throughout probation. My understanding is that probation is designed for rehabilitation. And if a person is rehabilitated, then why do we have them remain? And I know sometimes people will say, well, he got a good deal or he already got a benefit because it was reduced to a misdemeanor. But from Mr. Woodard's rendition, there's a reason it was reduced to a misdemeanor. And if he's being told that, hey, this is a happy medium for everyone because there are some issues with the complaint, there will be issues with the complainant's testimony, then for the court, that's the reason that I'm being presented why it was reduced from a misdemeanor. So I know sometimes people will argue they receive the benefit by having it reduced to a misdemeanor, so they should do the whole 2 years. There have been some people in this court that have been placed on misdemeanor probation where I said, no, you're going to remain on probation. And usually it's because I don't think they've internalized what has happened. And I don't think they understand or accept their responsibility and how they came to be in the situation that they're in. In this case, it appears that Mr. Gilmore has accepted responsibility for his actions. And I know that when you are in therapy, not that I've been in therapy for domestic violence, but I have gone to see how the classes are enacted. And I know that when you receive the BIPP course, they don't just talk about your actions as far as the physical abuse that you place upon somewhere else. They talk to you about relationships. They talk to you about healthy relationships and what is a healthy relationship. And I do know that sometimes when men are abused, they don't want to talk about it because their whole thing is, but I'm a man. I shouldn't be abused by a woman emotionally, physically, or any type of way. So I understand that. So I hope that you continue with your therapy. I'm going to grant the motion for early termination that's been presented to the court by probation. Probation has stated that you have completed everything. You've internalized everything. You received a certificate from the BIPP course, which tells me they believe you've internalized everything. You've learned everything. But I will tell you this. You're not allowed to, it's continued, no contact with her. You understand? And this is an affirmative finding of family violence. So that's going to be on your record forever, the affirmative finding of family violence, which means you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Good luck to you.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.